Hola, hello, my name is Olga, and I wanted to go over greetings and presentations in Spanish. I know most of you who know anybody who speaks Spanish or who's been to a Spanish-speaking country will know this, but I thought you might enjoy just having a practice or a quick going over. And if you had doubts about any of this, I hope this can help. I'm sharing a presentation. It's very, very brief, although I tend to talk too much, so I hope I don't go overboard. So, you know, as it says here, or, you know, hola, hola is hello. Notice that we don't really pronounce the H in Spanish. It's mute. So anytime you see an H, you just ignore it, really. So hola is hello. So you could say, like you say hello Jane or hello John, you can say hola Pepe, hola Maria. And you can use this any time of the day. You meet them in the morning, you meet somebody in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening is the same. You just say hola. If in the morning, you know, you could say buenos días, buenos días. You know, the accent in the I here, this accent, you know, indicates where you would, you know, place the emphasis on that particular word. So you would say buenos días, not días, but días, buenos días. And that is good morning. And you would only say it in the morning, usually before lunch. But remember, if you are normally in a Spanish-speaking country, they tend to eat lunch a bit later than most, you know, people would do in other places. So that might be 2 or 3 in the afternoon. So it might be that you meet somebody at, you know, 1 and they say buenos días, and you think, that's for me, you know, afternoon, but for them it's días. Buenas tardes, buenas tardes is the equivalent of good afternoon or good evening. It's basically something that you can say anytime before it gets dark and after lunch. It doesn't really matter. They don't have a division between sort of early afternoon and late afternoon. You say buenas tardes, no matter what. Buenas noches is like good night in English. You know, normally you can also say it when you see somebody late in the evening, starting to get dark. It doesn't need to be just, you know, as you say goodbye in the evening, you know, you are with a group of friends and you might tell them buenas noches when you go to bed. But here you can say buenas noches if you meet somebody sort of when it's dark. That's buenas noches. Adios is like goodbye. You can say it any time of the day when you are, you know, taking your leave of somebody, and, you know, is again, you see the accent in the O, so that indicates that there's, you know, an emphasis placed on the O. So you say adios. And these are, well, you know, fairly informal, and you can use them again any time of the day. You know, when you are saying goodbye to somebody you expect to see soon, you would say hasta pronto. As you can see, you know, we don't pronounce the H. Hasta pronto. Hasta luego, that would be the equivalent of see you later. Hasta luego. And hasta mañana. You know, notice the ñ, that letter that doesn't exist in English. You know, it's a bit funny to pronounce, but, you know, you might get the hang of it if you practice a few times. It's hasta mañana. Like when you say España, that's the same sound. And my surname is Núñez, you also pronounce the ñ. So it's hasta mañana, and that's see you tomorrow. Hasta luego, hasta pronto, hasta mañana. If you are introducing yourself to somebody, you know, you can say yo me llamo, I am, or my name is, yo me llamo, in this case, yo me llamo Olga. And you could say yo me llamo Jane, yo me llamo Debbie, yo me llamo Paul, whatever. In Spanish, very often you don't need to say the I. In this case, you know, I am, or, you know, my name is. In this case, you can say me llamo, and that's the equivalent. You know, you don't need to say yo me llamo. You can say me llamo Olga, me llamo Debbie, me llamo Paul. ¿Cómo te llamas is the question you can ask somebody, you know, when they want to know what their name is. ¿Cómo te llamas? And you know that, again, you have the accent here, so that's como te llamas. And you know, that's the standard question. And if they ask you that, again, you can say, me llamo Olga, or you can also answer, yo soy Olga, I am Olga, you know, soy Olga. Again, you don't need to include the yo. It's understood because the verbs in Spanish, you know, are different for each person. So you know by the ending of the word, you know, that you're talking about yourself here. So yo soy Olga, or soy Olga is the same, it's equivalent. And of course, when somebody introduces you to somebody else, you have to greet them nicely. You know, you can shake hands these days, not so much with the COVID, but you know, you can bump shoulder, you know, bump elbows. You know, you can nod, whatever you want, but you know, you can say, nice to meet you. In Spanish would be encantado de conocerte, ending on an O, encantado de conocerte. That is if you are a man. Irrespective of what the person you're talking to is, that is only about you, the person who is speaking. So if you're a man, you would say encantado de conocerte. In this case, because I am a woman, I would say encantada de conocerte. So, you know, I am Paul, I am encantada de conocerte, encantado de conocerte. Nice to meet you. And, you know, I'll leave you a link to a page on my blog, or, you know, where there are presentations, etc. And I will also leave you a link to this presentation in case, you know, you want to check it by yourself. And there I have left you some videos with songs that, you know, use some of these words. So, you know, you might enjoy them or might remember them easier that way. And I hope that was useful. You know, feel free to subscribe to my blog. As I said, I leave you a link to a page where, apart from the videos, I have shared some links that might be useful, you know, to courses, dictionaries, other resources, you know, websites that you might find interesting. And, you know, I hope we see each other again soon. Leave me any comments. And, you know, if you want, if there are any items that you would like, and I could do in a very brief video, let me know. I plan to do things like, you know, going to a shop or going to a restaurant, you know, and bits and bobs. Thank you very much. Or as we say in Spanish, muchas gracias or gracias.